Good morning, 4th class students. What did you learn in the previous class? How are animals useful to us and metamorphosis in animal lesson? Okay, children. Now I am going to tell you about where do animals live. Do all the animals live in one place? What are the needs of animals? Okay, children, where do animals live? Animals live in different habitats. Do all the animals live in one place? No. What are the needs of animals? The habitat provides the animals with food, water, and shelter. Animals live in different habitats. The place where an animals or a plants live and grows is called its habitat. The habitat provides the animals with food, water and shelter. Animals need food, water and shelter. Okay children, look at these pictures. Animals live in different places, means different habitats. The place where an animal or a plant lives and grows called it habitat. Terrestrial habitats, grasslands, forest, desert, tundra. Aquatic habitats, freshwater, marine. Okay children. Next, look at these pictures children. Zebra, group of buffaloes, group of elephants, group of deers. Why do animals live in groups in their natural habitats? Many animals live in groups. Some animals like elephants, zebras, buffaloes, lions, wolves, deer, penguins, flamingos and baboons live in small groups. Some animals, mostly insects such as wasps, ants, bees and termites live in large group or colonies. There is division of labors among these animals and each member has a specific job to carry out in the colony. These are the best examples of social life in animals. What are the best examples of social life in animals? Ants, bees, termites, etc. Okay children, animals live in groups for protection, food, shelter and to care for the young ones. Why do animals live in groups children or colonies? Animals live in groups for protection, food, shelter and to care for the young ones. Look at these pictures children. What does this picture represent? This picture represents biodiversity. What is called biodiversity? Biodiversity is the variety and variability of life on the earth. This picture represents biodiversity, the richness and variety of life on the earth. It maintains the balance between the living and non-living things in nature. All the living things directly or indirectly depend on each other. Every living organism, whether big or small, has its own significance in our environment. but some varieties of plants and animals are disappearing from the earth. The increased inhuman activities such as indiscriminate killing of animals and destruction of forests endangered the life of many animals which are now on the edge of extinction. Look at these pictures, children. Dinosaur, doo-doo. Some animals such as doo-doo and dinosaurs become extinct long ago. No longer living on this earth. No longer living on this earth. Some endangered animals are, look at this picture, children. What is this picture? White tiger. This is vulture. Look at this picture. Identify this picture, children. Sparrow. Identify this picture. Polar bear. Look at this picture, children. Great Indian bustard. White tiger, vulture, sparrow, polar bear, great Indian bustard, some endangered animals. These are some endangered animals. Children, do you know? This is a caterpillar. A beautiful butterfly was once an ugly caterpillar. Look at this picture. This is a beautiful butterfly. This is ugly caterpillar. The beautiful butterfly was once an ugly caterpillar. Say some endangered animals, children. White tiger, vulture, sparrow, polar bear, great Indian bustard. These are some endangered animals. Look at these pictures, children. Observe these pictures. What is the difference between the left side and the right side pictures? How should we treat animals? We should not be cruel to animals as shown in the left side picture. We should not be cruel to animals as shown in the left side picture. We should treat them well as shown in this picture on the right side. We should treat them well as shown in the picture. We should not be cruel to animals as shown in the left side picture. Some organizations such as Blue Cross, PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, are working for the welfare of animals. Government also made laws and designated some areas as national parks and sanctuaries for the protection of wildlife. Look at this picture. Indian Blue Cross Society, IBCS, NEST, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA. Some organizations such as Blue Cross, PETA are working for the welfare of animals. Governments also made laws and designated some areas as national park and sanctuaries for the protection of wildlife. Look at this picture, children. Identify this picture. Great freedom fighter Mahatma Gandhi. The greatness of a nation and its moral progresses can be judged by the way its animals are treated. He said, The greatness of a nation and its moral progresses can be judged by the way its animals are treated. Who said this statement, children? Mahatma Gandhi. Look at these pictures, children. Do you know? This is a blue whale. Identify this picture. What is this, children? Blue whale. Blue whale is the largest animal on the earth. What is the largest animal on the earth? Blue whale. Its heart is about the size of a small car. What is about blue whale heart size? Its heart is about the size of a small car. Next, look at this picture, children. Think and discuss. In this picture, who was he? Snake charmer. In this picture, the snake seems to enjoy the snake charmer's music. Is it true? No. Explain. Snake charming is the practice of appearing to hypnotize a snake by playing and weaving around an instrument called a punch. What is called, children? Punch. Snake charming is the practice of appearing to hypnotize a snake by playing and weaving around an instrument called a punch. Look at this picture. Aquarium. You can see some animals and plants in this indoor aquarium. Is this a natural habitat or a man-made habitat? This is a man-made habitat. Next, look at these pictures. Two pictures. Vulture, scavengers, decomposers. What will happen if there are no scavengers and decomposers on the earth? Think it, children. Decomposers and scavengers break down dead plants and animals. They also break down the waste of other organisms. If they weren't in the ecosystem, the plants would not get essential nutrients and dead matter and waste would pile up. Okay, children? If there are no scavengers and decomposers on the earth, the plants would not get essential nutrients and dead matter and waste would pile up. Okay, children, understood? Thank you. I will meet in the next class.